There we go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the NBA 101 with your boy Staffadan and Soul Finger. But today, my boy's not here today. And we have Uncle Freezy will be stepping in as my co-host. How you doing today, Unc?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Good, man. Hey, let me say something before we continue, man. That show that you had last night, Nixon Night podcast last night, it was fire, bro.
Hey, thank you,
Fire.
bro.
Listen, those young boys. Shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Hadouken. Because these young boys was tearing up these old vets last night.
Yeah, they was going to get it.
Yeah, shout out to State and Rob and them young boys was tearing y'all up. But
Yeah, they
anyway,
was going to get it.
they were tearing them boys up. So if you don't know, check out Uncle Freezy on nights, on weeknights with the Nick and Night podcast. He'll be having a lot of interesting topics. All right. So today, we're gonna have a nice, great show. We're gonna talk about one particular franchise that I feel like uh the league and I think the fans have been underestimating. I think they're an underdog. Nobody's really talking about them, but we're going to get to them. And then the biggest thing that's going on in the NBA right now, Freezy, is the protocols. Right?
Hmm.
It's tearing up the league right now and in other sports. So we're gonna touch on that and we're gonna go from there. So, Freezy, to begin things off, the team that the team that's been, in my opinion, that's been underneath the radar is the Utah Jazz.
Right.
Yes, yes, people, the Utah Jazz. Uh, the Utah Jazz, right now, I think they're the third. Not I think they are the third in the Western Conference, right? And right now they are 20-9, right? Lead by the one Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, right?
Right.
Just to give a little history about Utah. They were founded in 1974, right? They played a ball out there in Utah, right? In the Utah days, okay, they had, if anybody old enough to remember to know, they had these two guys that used to run the franchise, which was Karl Malone and John Stockton. Also, they had guys of like Adrian Dentley, Pete Maravich, Dario Williams, and Jeff Hornacek, right? They went to the finals two times in 97 and 98. And guess, guys, who took them out two times in a row? Freeze, do you know?
Yep.
There's the legend, Michael Jordan.
Yep.
He took them out two times,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
now we fast forward on now to these recent Jazz, all right,
Right.
with the two stars that they have is Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, right?
Right.
Uh, in 2017 and 2018, right, they were eliminated from the semifinals. Uh, and in 2019 and 2020, they had early first round exits, right? As you know, Donovan Mitchell was picked number 13 overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft. Also, Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, right? In the 2021 season. He's a 7 foot, and he was drafted in 2013. Was traded to Denver Nuggets, and he has since been the Jazz key cog on the defensive end, right? So now we get to today now, where they have new owners, Freezy, all right? And the new owner name is Ryan Smith, all
Okay.
right? He brought the team, he brought the team from the Qualitics founders, which was Larry Miller family. All right,
Right.
and they
Right.
brought it for 1.6 billion. Right.
Right.
So through the years now, so that they have a new owner. Also, they brought in Dwayne Wade. Right now, Dwayne Wade was introduced as a minority owner. Okay, late in April of this year. Okay, and it was announced a minority owner. And then recently, okay, we had the old GM from the Celtics, Danny Ainge, has now recently stepped in as the CEO and alternate governor, okay, of the Utah Jazz, looking over basketball operations, right? And so that's a little bit of history of the Jazz right now. So what we're going to start off is, right, Freezy, Utah is 20-9, right? Do you see them as a sleeper team in the West?
No.
So why do you say that? And give me and be reasons.
Because it's the Utah Jazz.
I mean, of course, it's not a big market. We understand that, but they have two qualified superstars. Okay,
So what?
That has to it has significance. It has to be some type of star attracted for them to be at third in the Western Conference right now. So I mean, although it's Utah, they're still making noise, Freezy.
It's Utah, bro. And but let me add something. Let me add a little something to it too. Just a little flavor to the joint. So originally, this organization did not start out in Utah. They moved to Utah.
Okay.
So they moved to Utah from a city called New Orleans.
Oh,
so
okay.
This franchise was originally the New Orleans Jazz.
Mm.
And for those that wonder, why would Jazz in Utah? That don't sound right. They don't go together. So they started out in New Orleans, and they couldn't. And tell me if this sounds familiar. The organization struggled in a small market, right? They couldn't get fans in the stands, and blah blah blah. And they had stars there, and the organization couldn't attract flies, so they moved to a city that was starving for basketball, which was Salt Lake City. And so once they moved to Salt Lake City, what do you remember what year they moved to Salt Lake City?
1974.
You sure it wasn't 1980?
No, I have it right in front of me right now. The Jazz were established in 1974, and they played their home games in the Vivint area in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay. So I have it said the Jazz remained in New Orleans for 5 years, 1974 to 79. And ownership decided to move to Salt Lake City following the 78-79 season. That's what, okay. That's what okay. All right. Whatever. I don't care.
Right.
It's
right.
Utah. I mean, it's Utah Jazz. I don't care.
So
they it's the same. So Larry Miller was dedicated owner.
Right.
Dedicated owner, bro.
He was
dedicated one of the good owners, right? They kept their culture and fan base and everything intact. Larry Miller, man, kept them in good arenas. I mean, listen, Larry. Hey, so I'm not for sure why Larry Miller sold the Jazz. Maybe because of, I don't know. I don't even know if he's still alive or whatever. But anyway, that dude, they were good owners, right? The thing in New Orleans, they're moving from New Orleans, it's the same thing. So you'll see the Pelicans somewhere else. You'll probably see the Kansas City Pelicans is probably what you, or the St. Louis Pelicans. You'll probably see something like that because we already heard this story before about a team in New Orleans moving somewhere else, having stars, can't keep your stars, got to change cities. You know what I'm saying? And blah, 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 right? Because the Pelicans have and I'm keeping this about Utah, but I'm just saying the Pelicans already had stars like Anthony Davis. They already got a disgruntled star like Zion Williamson, right? Right. They won't. The Pelicans won't stay there long. But as far as Utah goes, we already heard this story before. What they have a good guard, big man combo, and a good record in the West.
Mm-hmm.
I think I already heard that story like 3 times from the Utah Jazz already. You know what I'm saying? With the Stockton Malone, maybe, with the Darren Williams and the Carlos Boozer, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And now they have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Yeah, so I'm not really to me it's what I've been knowing my whole life.
So it sounds like you're not really too high on that particular team.
No, what I'm saying is I already heard the story before. Like,
okay,
I already, you know what I'm saying?
So
when I was young, they had Stockton and Malone.
Right. So with that being said, right, because they did have it here. Let's just transition a little bit to Dwayne Wade and the whole Utah organization. Now, rumor has it that they brought in Dwayne Wade to appease Donovan Mitchell by staying. But Donovan Mitchell is saying that it's kind of unfair to him and unfair to Dwayne Wade, because here he is, an NBA star, owns a franchise, okay, and Donovan Mitchell is saying, listen, me and Dwayne Wade, we cool, we boys, we talk, I respect him, but him being 39 and as a legend and owning a franchise should be a story of its own. And this is Donovan Mitchell words, but come out of his mouth. So, Freezy, do you think by bringing in Dwayne Wade into Utah as a minority owner will convince Donovan Mitchell to stay in Utah, maybe for his entire career?
No.
And why do you think
that? No. What do you think?
No,
I wanna.
Well. To throw the question back on me, with Dwayne Wade coming in, I just see it as Dwayne Wade expanding his horizons as a business owner. I do not see Dwayne Wade actually convincing Donovan Mitchell to stay there his entire career. Yes, they have a good relationship. I was reading. He trusts Dwayne Wade as his brother, but as to say that they brought in Dwayne Wade to keep Donovan is kind of what's the word that I'm looking for? Ludicrous, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you're going to leave. So the question back to you, do you think Dwayne Wade was a good acquisition, bringing him in to appease Donovan Mitchell by keeping him in Utah?
I don't know. I think this is stuff like this to me is like horse and carriage. You know what I'm saying? Horse and buggy show, all that stuff. I don't know. And in terms of Dwayne Wade, like what does Dwayne Wade bring to an organization?
I guess he's bringing his legendary status. That's as much as I could think about.
Right, because in the grand scheme of things, I'm thinking like if you want to keep a guy in your organization, win championships. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Like if you want to keep a guy, if you want to keep a guy in your organization, get talent and win championships. Right now, Donovan Mitchell is at the age where winning is important, but it may not be everything at this point because he doesn't have he doesn't have years and years and years of playoff failure. Donovan Mitchell just got drafted in 2017.
Yes, 13
Right,
overall pick.
right, right, right. With the pick that they got from the Denver Nuggets. Right. So it's one of those. It's one of those. Did you say they did the same thing with Rudy Gobert?
Yeah.
Wow, Denver, y'all crazy. Denver
Yeah.
Nuggets fans,
Yeah.
y'all could have had a backcourt of Spider Mitchell and Jamal Murray. Yeah. But I can't knock them because I'm a Knicks fan, so I'll be quiet in terms of personnel moves. So, but yeah, the Donovan Mitchell thing, bro. I will say this. Um, um, when it comes to the NBA landscape historically, I don't know what Dwayne Wade brings. Right? I don't know. I don't know if he's an excellent leader of men. I don't know if in a corporate setting he is a great organizer. The only thing I know that Dwayne Wade brings is his name at this point. Right? That's all I know at this point. Right? That Dwayne Wade brings his name. Now, does his name carry weight as an executive and owner? I don't know. It's yet to be determined because we are still new in this process, right? I mean, Nelly owns part of a team, right?
Yeah.
I think Nelly is part owner of Charlotte. I think.
I'm not
Let me
really
see.
sure. I'm not really sure.
Let me. I'm just gonna see.
But I know Usher, I think he is either Cleveland or Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. You got a
Yes,
couple.
yeah.
I think
Nelly is
Grant. I
part owner
think
of
Grant.
Charlotte. Yeah.
Okay, I think Grant Hill is part of Atlanta too, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. It's a couple NBA former NBA stars have minority stakes. I think Shaq had stake in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yeah.
Um, I think somebody has stakes in Cleveland. I'm not sure who it is.
Was it Rihanna? And so the reason why I say that is the reason why I say that is because um I don't know what my guy is gonna bring to an organization.
Right,
I get why you would bring in Dwayne Wade though, because Dwayne Wade and Spider Mitchell played the same type of game. Undersized two guards, um, depending on athleticism to do the things that usual NBA giants do.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys are 6'2", 6'3", or whatever they are. Whatever they are. um, I can see why that would be intriguing, but his impact, I would say let's wait and see because in terms of business as a player, Dwayne Wade didn't make good business decisions as a player. You remember Dwayne Wade got off of I think his first shoe contract was with Converse,
Yes,
and
yes.
and then he had a short stint with Nike and left.
And then he signed with China, some type of
Li
shoe
Ning, yeah,
company.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. And so it was like, man, D Wade, you the most popular guy in the game, and your shoe deal, your shoe dealings is ridiculous. I mean, and now we're so yeah, um, yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, let's wait and see on that,
Yeah,
man.
so
I don't
yeah,
know.
so let's wait and see. Although Donovan Mitchell doesn't mind him being there, but as I said before, he says it's really unfair to him to really bring it to think that Donovan Mitchell. I mean, Dwayne Wade is going to keep him there. But they did make another splash, Freezy. They brought in former GM Danny Ainge in to be the CEO, alternate governor over basketball operations, and is going to leave. What is his name? Justin Zanuck, the GM. Now, let me just give you a background with Danny Ainge. He played at BYU.
Yep, I know.
Right.
Yep.
He stepped down last year as the Celtics GM.
Right.
And he was currently living in Utah.
Yep.
And I guess Ryan decided to bring him in. We have a statement from Danny Ainge, right? He was like, really, do you get an opportunity to come into a franchise that is this close to being a special team? It's a very unique opportunity. So do you see Danny Ainge coming into this franchise and changing it for the better? Do you see a championship, a roster that Danny Ainge is going to make, trades Danny Ainge going to make this team better and flourish like how he did in Boston? Or is, as you say, it's Utah?
Yeah, it's Utah, bro. There you go.
So Danny Ainge is not going to make a difference. He's not going to pull any shots. His name don't carry any weight. Is that what you're saying?
No. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because cats are not lining up to go live in Salt Lake City, Utah. The preferred destination is not Salt Lake City, Utah. You know what I mean? The preferred destinations for a lot of people to live, places like Malibu, California, Miami Beach, Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget your beloved New York City.
Notice how I didn't say them. Notice how I didn't say them. Yeah, the preferred destination is you know. So I was gonna say Brooklyn, New York is a great destination to live.
Right.
Brooklyn is a great place to live.
The borough, yes. So with all the championship experience, all the GM experience that Danny Ainge bring in, you don't see might be a change in the culture, because Dwayne Wade is pretty excited for Danny Ainge to get on here. He went on Twitter, he welcomed him, he was like, let's go. You know, so I mean, in my opinion, I mean, you say there's not a lot of people lining up, but with Danny Ainge and his theoretics, I think that he could convince somebody to come here. If he don't convince somebody, he could do it in a trade. And you know, he's an excellent person when it comes to drafting. So, I mean, even though you say Freezy, it's Utah, they got a big boy up there in the office. His name is Danny Ainge. And you can't sleep on that cat.
Right. No, Utah ain't doing that.
So,
Danny Ainge. So here's the thing. No matter how much pull Danny Ainge has, geographically where they play at is the desert. They are in a desert, just like the Phoenix Suns are in a desert. Cats don't line up to go play unless it's Las Vegas, and Las Vegas don't have a team, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, even
they have a team, but they have a football team.
Right. They'll probably have the Pelicans in a little while. Somebody's gonna have the Pelicans, but in terms of yeah, I can't see that, bro.
Shout out to Kaiser So say 718. he made a bit a good point too, Freezy. Nowadays days, location doesn't matter, and
Yeah.
I have to agree with him too, because the
Mm,
NBA has changed for the past few years and these decades.
okay.
You understand? And people is going to other states where it's not even popular, but they making a living, right?
Right.
And by you bringing somebody attractive there, it's going to attract people to come over there. All right, let me give you an example. I just moved from South Florida to South Carolina.
Right.
When I moved to South Carolina, I didn't know anything about South Carolina.
Right.
But when you move here, you start seeing there's a lot of things to get into.
Right.
You know, the people are nice, they're friendly. It's not like the city life like Fort Lauderdale and Miami and New York, but it's a place where you can make a living. It's not the high profile place,
Hmm.
but people are flocking to come here, Freezy. People are
Right.
flocking to come here. So
Right.
with that being said, you never know. People maybe wanting to go to Utah. They have a good GM over there.
Mm,
They have a good culture over there. Dwayne Wade is over there.
right.
So, you know, let's see.
Mm,
You laughing.
yeah. Because
You got
it's
something
funny.
you got something up your sleeve. What you want to say?
No, because it's Salt Lake City, Utah, bro. You're not gonna turn Salt Lake City, Utah into Miami. It's just not gonna happen, bro. No matter you could bring in Danny Ainge, you could bring in whoever you want. You could bring Karl Malone and Stockton back, bro. Salt Lake City, Utah is Salt Lake City, Utah, bro. Even White Falcon said Toronto won a ring, right? Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and Salt Lake City, Utah could not be any more different. You're talking about one of the biggest international cities in the world in Toronto, and then you got like this weird city in the desert with like all these weird customs. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's it's Utah, bro.
All right. I'm all
It's
right.
it's Utah. You know what I'm saying? It's not Seattle, right? It's not New Orleans. It's not Sacramento. It's Utah. It's Utah, bro.
Okay.
You know, so cats ain't flocking. Like I'll give you an example. A lot of people want to play by the water, right? Want to
Hmm.
play on some kind of coastal place by the water. It's
Right.
what made New Orleans. It was what made New Orleans attractive for an NBA city, right?
Right. It's close to the water. Right. 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 I
It's
get
what
you.
makes the Knicks and Brooklyn attractive. It's what makes the Lakers, Clippers, Kings, Warriors attractive, right? It's what makes San Antonio attractive.
Oh, let me
It's what
stop you
makes
right there.
Houston attractive.
The
Yes,
Kings,
the Kings.
Sacramento.
Yes.
How many stars have we even went to the Kings right now, or even
Eh,
before? We all okay. White chocolate. Who else? Chris Webber. Uh, um, my guy who got injured before when they was about to give him the 100 million. Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I see Sacramento. All right, I give you that one.
And before y'all time, Bob McAdoo, Reggie
Okay.
Theus. It's a Sacramento has a long history of, but my point is franchise stability financially. Like Sacramento is the smallest of the small franchise teams, right? They're like
You mean in California?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. They're like they're a small market, and even though they're the capital, Sacramento's the capital of California. It's still a small team, right? Utah don't have competition in Utah. Who's the closest team to Utah?
Portland?
No, Portland's not.
No?
No,
Portland
no,
not close.
no, no. Portland ain't nowhere close. No, Utah is in a spot by itself, basically in the middle of like I'll give you an example. When you pull up the map and you look at it, right, you look at it, you're like, well, They play Denver a lot. Denver, Colorado is not that close to Utah.
Mm.
It's like New York City and Indiana. You're like, well, New York City and Indiana are close. Really? Are they that close? No, not really. You know what I'm saying? New York City and Chicago. No, not really. They ain't that close. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about Utah is this, and they know what it is. It's the reason why they have to be creative, right? It's the reason why they have to be. They know that they are in a weird spot, so to speak. They have a crazy fan base, and their fan base is loyal. And shout out to the Utah Jazz for supporting the NBA team, right? You ain't gonna, even when Utah is bad, you ain't gonna see like a whole bunch of empty seats and all that stuff,
Right.
right? They're gonna support regardless,
Right.
because they don't have a football team or a baseball team. All they have is the Utah Jazz.
Right.
You feel me? So and they support, right? And White Falcons like Utah third in the West. So what? And that's not breaking news. That's ordinary. That's what the Utah Jazz are usually somewhere between 3 and 5 every year. So what? It don't mean they're gonna win a championship. All it means
Oh,
is that they between 3 and 5 every year. That's all.
so okay, so you just said the key word right there, right? Championship. Do you see Danny Ainge bringing a championship to Utah anywhere now between now and the next? Let's give him 5 years. Do you see even them making the conference finals? Do you
No,
see Utah? No.
no, no,
So you think Donovan Mitchell is not that dude?
no. And to be honest with you, I don't think you can win with one um backcourt slash wing player. I don't think you can win like that. At the end of games, they have to sub out Rudy Gobert,
Yeah,
right?
because right now Rudy, he is averaging 15 and 15 right now.
Yep.
And then you have Donovan is averaging 24, 5 assists, and he's 34% from the three. And then you have the sixth man of the year, which is Jordan Clarkson, averaging 15 points. So, I mean, and they have a nice little round nucleus with Bogdanovich and O'Neal and all these
And
guys.
and and Joe Ingles.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So you don't see them as being a threat to Phoenix or Golden State or any of these other teams?
Man, you making me laugh, bro. No. Utah, think about the roster.
Yes, Utah, Utah.
Think about the rosters that you just said. So they have their best player is a 6'1" shooting guard, right? Who's their point guard? Mike Conley. Has Mike Conley won anything?
No, but
No.
he's a good quality vet.
Right, right.
We
He's
us New York, us New Yorkers wanted him on the team
right,
recently.
right. And then your second best player can't play late in the fourth quarter because he can't shoot free throws and he's not an offensive threat. So at the end of games, you got to sub out your second best player, and you got to depend on a backcourt with two dudes that's 6'1". No
Well,
small
which
forwards, no wing. You don't have a Paul Pierce. You don't have a Carmelo Anthony. You don't have a Kevin Durant type wing player to help you late in games. So now you got to depend on two dudes that's 6'1" and a streaky combo guard off the bench named Jordan Clarkson. You know what I'm saying? That some games he can shoot you in the game, some games he gonna shoot you out the game. He J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying? And so the Jazz got to depend on J.R. Smith to keep them in games. And then like what people are saying, they have Ingles and Bogdanovich, and that makes me laugh so much. They got Joe Ingles, who is slow as molasses but can make plays. Right? He is slow as molasses, bro, but he can make plays. And Bogdanovich, who we all like, he's just not the everyday guy. You know what I'm saying? Some days he'll be there. He's matchup dependent. But their defense is great though. That's the reason
Right,
why they win so many games.
right. See,
I could see a team like the Clippers with a Paul George by himself knock off the Jazz.
mm,
I could see a Paul George go in and did that happen last year? Did the Clippers beat the Jazz last year?
I think so. In the first round, I think they exited because remember one of the also the reasons why too. You see Donovan. I think they brought in all these guys is because remember in the first game he had an ankle injury and they
Right.
kept him out and they kept him out of that particular first game. Right. I'm not sure if it was the Clippers, but to that being said, he did get knocked out of the first round last year,
Hmm. What was their
right?
record last year? Let me check and see what their record was last year.
I
I'm
think they
just
were
gonna.
number one in the West, if I believe.
Hmm.
I do think they were number one in the West
Yeah,
last
the
year.
Utah Jazz were 52-20 last
Yeah,
year.
they were number one in the West last year.
Hmm. Yeah.
And they
And
got
you
bounced out the first round.
and you think they're gonna be better this year?
Well, I mean, look, we nobody didn't think Milwaukee was going to win it last year.
Right.
So I mean, who is to say if Utah come underneath the radar and make this great run? You never
Right.
know. You
Right.
never know. So with that being said, I see this franchise is growing. I like Donovan Mitchell. I like the pieces that they got, and I think even though you say it's Utah, Freezy, I think with the big names that they got there, um, I think it's something not to play with, and I think they're gonna make some type of noise within the next 5 years because Donovan just signed his extension and Rudy Bear just signed his extension. So you know, I
Did
still
you see? Do you see what Rudy Gobert makes per year?
I think he has a 200 million contract, if I believe.
Yes. For a
Yeah.
dude averaging 15 points a game.
Well, listen. How many rim runners is making 200 million right now and is a defensive player of the year?
And bro,
One, and that's
if
him, and everybody is trying to get to him. Look at what was it, Jared Allen
yeah,
in Cleveland. Look at Mitch, trying to get that bag,
yeah.
right? He's a run rummer. Um, there's many like Rudy right now, but he's the only one that is he can't hit a free throw for his life, but he's blocking shots. He's making his team win. So I mean, Freeze. I mean, everybody.
Nobody's paying Rudy Gobert. Nobody's giving Rudy Gobert the max except for a team that can't sign free agents. And the Utah Jazz is that team that's not going to attract a free agent.
Well, that's why they brought in Danny Ainge. Cause he's a big. All right, let's bring it back to New York and look at who we brought in, and we can't even hit a fly.
Right, right.
We can't even hit a fly. So I'm just saying, with Danny Ainge, he has pedigree. He has a track record.
Right.
Those guys in New York don't have a track record. They only have a track record as an agent. So I believe Danny Ainge, he could come in there, make some noise, stir up some.
By doing what though? Make some noise by doing what?
I said to you before, he could make some trades, draft well, all right, and he knows how to build a team.
Right.
Because you see, for those years when he was in Boston, those teams made the playoffs every year.
Right.
Right. So I think that's the goal that Ryan wants, and I believe that's the goal that Dwayne Wade wants. So I only see their projection going up in the Western Conference.
Yeah. Well,
give me your closing thoughts.
I think that's pie in the sky, bro. I think you could say the same thing about every team in the NBA, what you just said. Every team in the NBA, what you just said, applies to every team. He can come in, make some trades. He can come in and draft well. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
but
and, and
but
so
Freezy, not every GM. You say that, but it's not every GM or every general manager or GM, yes, or every basketball operations person could come in and make the right set of trades
right,
and picks and all these things. So
right.
I wouldn't see it caters to every team. It's just certain teams with certain people that could pull those strings.
Okay. All right. So granted, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean by the direction of the question in the statement. But what I'm saying is, when I give you an example, when RJ Barrett becomes a free agent, right? Say he turns down all the overages from the Knicks, the top team on his list is not going to be the Utah Jazz, who play in a desert in Utah, right? RJ Barrett's first team on his list might be the team that um, White Falcon dissed, Toronto, right? That might be RJ Barrett's first team on his list, or Miami, or Los Angeles, either Los Angeles team. You know what I'm saying? But nobody is wanting to go to Salt Lake City. Bro, you ever been to Utah?
No, I haven't been to Utah. No.
Bro, it's not the most culturally diverse place in the world, but you know, it is what it is.
All right, all right, all right. Well, you know, that
Utah
was
is bro, Utah is halfway between everywhere. Bro, Utah is halfway between everywhere, bro. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's not like it's not like give you an example. It's not like Minnesota, Milwaukee, or Chicago, where it's in the Midwest, but it's close to the Great Lakes, right? The Great Lakes is there's a lot of people that live around in the Great Lakes area. So you can have a Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. You can have the Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying, in all your teams because they're in the Great Lakes area. There's a
right.
lot of people that live there, right? A lot of diversity, a lot of stuff, right? Utah is in the middle of the map, bro. It's in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna pull up the map just to pull up the map of the United States, right?
That's cool. And by the time you're doing that, let me just shout out the chat. Shout out to Kenyon, aka Creon. Shout out to Hewlett, Wadali. Shout out to Kaiser Sose, Canal, White Falcon 44, Naruto, showing them. I saw my boy Delano Steele Jr. Big up yourself. GI, I see you. Bless up yourself. Kenny Payne, bless up yourself. Karen Fung, bless up yourself. Thank y'all guys for coming through. When y'all come in, make sure you hit that smash button. Press that. Yes, press that like button. Subscribe. Write your comments down in the comment section. Let us know what you think. If you got any ideas, who you want to talk about. Also, too, if you want to become a Blorange Tears family member, just go to the community section, the Blorange Tears channel, press join. We'll also love you to become a Blorange Tears family member. What's up, Freeze? Do you find that info?
Yep, I got it. I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger, but
That's cool. That's cool. But Utah, man, I'm not sleeping on them. Even though they got bounced out, I'm not sleeping on them. They making moves, Freezy.
mm, what type of move? What type of move are they making?
I mean, yo, they just brought in Danny Ainge. That was a big move.
Yeah, it was the big move. Okay.
I think you're just saying that sarcastically.
No, man. Nah, man. Okay, I think I got one. I think I got one. Right. All right. So I think I got a map that I could show for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see what I'm talking about. Right. I'm gonna share it. Right. Let me see. Share. So you'll see the reason why if they do something. Let me see. Is it? There you go. So look at, and this is outdated, right? This is outdated because they still have Bobcats and Hornets on it,
Right.
right? But look at this. Look at this, right? If you see, look at the Northeast. See the Northeast with all the teams, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right, all these teams are by water, right? All the Atlanta, maybe a little further in, but Atlanta is a major metropolitan city, right? Orlando, Miami by water. Houston,
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio by water. Phoenix, the Clippers, Lakers, Portland, all by water, right? And then you have Denver and Utah in the middle of the map by themselves.
Also Oklahoma too.
Well, Oklahoma City is not that far from Dallas, but I dig it. I dig it.
Right,
I
right.
dig what you're saying, right? Utah basically is in a little spot all by themselves. You got Denver, but Denver is a big city too, right? But bro, I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll take that down. So yeah, yeah. I don't know if I don't know. Think about this. For those of y'all in the chat, have y'all ever thought about moving to Utah? The Delano still. Have you ever thought about moving to Utah? White Falcon. Do you even know somebody from Utah? Think about that. Think about that. I mean, and I'm not disrespecting Utah. I'm just saying they are what they are, and
Right,
they proud of it.
right.
And I don't have a beef with that. But what I'm saying is you ain't impressing nobody by saying the Utah Jazz. White Falcon said I would visit. And Ron from Still Knicks fan. Shout out to Ron, bro. Ron
Shout
was
out
like,
Ron, shout out
yeah.
Ron.
Hey, John in the chat too. What's good, John? John and Ron, what's good? Yeah,
Shout out to Still Nick fans. Those are my boys over there. Respect.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, man. So it's one of them deals where you gotta free agents ain't lining. When you ever heard LeBron James say, "I'm excited to go to Utah"?
He too old right now. Yo,
You
I
ain't
don't
it.
think Utah wasn't popping like how they popping right now. Because for the last 4 years, Freezy, 2017 till now, they've been in the playoffs and they've been making a little noise. Now to solidify it, they bring Danny Ainge in the front office with a former NBA legend in Dwayne Wade, right, as a minority owner. So as I said to you before, I think the trajectory of the Utah Jazz franchise is going up. They mightn't have the stars lining up, but that boy Danny Ainge, you cannot sleep on him. Him is just the main factor for me, Freezy. I don't
Hey, I'll be
think
honest with
Dwayne.
you. I wanted him over Leon Rose. I wanted Danny Ainge over Leon Rose. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would take him too because he knows how to draft and he is well experienced in the NBA for years.
Right.
You know, I'm not taking anything from Leon Rose because he was an agent, but as far as business wise and know how to put together a team, you can't sleep on Danny Ainge.
No, you can't sleep on Danny Ainge.
And that's why I say Utah is going places. They might not have the stars to line up, but trust and believe that guy, Danny Ainge, is either he's going to pull some strings to trade someone, he's going to find somebody in the draft, And that's they when they
I
in
ain't
the
ready to say
next
all that.
and from now to 5 years, I think they'll make an Eastern Conference Finals.
Western Conference Finals, but
Western Conference Finals, my bad.
I don't see that, bro.
Okay.
I'm not getting ready to give him all that credit. Right? It's Utah. It's Utah, bro. And I mentioned some things, and I think you didn't. Maybe my point was bad, but not only do you have to draft right, you have to draft for fit, right? Because listen, Mike Conley is 6'1" and frail. Spider Mitchell is 6'1" and stout, right? So now when you draft, you got to draft dudes to compensate for what they don't bring physically. So now you gotta make sure your point guards are 6'3", 6'4". Now you gotta make sure, because you can't draft another 6'1" point guard no matter how good he is. No matter how good he is, you can't bring in another small guard. Right? And then Rudy Gobert is a liability on defense against small lineups. Right? So when teams go small, they got to take Gobert off the floor. They got to take him off the floor. Bro, when we play Randall at the 5, Gobert can't stay on the floor. Because Randall will go by Rudy Gobert like a traffic cone. Right? Right? And then a lot of teams, think about this, a lot of teams don't even have offensive centers. Right? So it's not like you need Rudy Gobert defense one-on-one every night. You got Karl Anthony Towns, Jokic, Embiid, Ayton. That's about it.
Yeah, those are the last of the big men right there.
Right.
JaVale McGee about to go out. What's his name? Dwight Howard about to go out.
Yeah.
All these guys is old.
now you need a mobile big. You got to draft a mobile big that can take the place of Gobert offensively and defensively when he leaves the game.
Well, we'll see.
It's like they're in a situation like the Phoenix Suns where they'll win a lot of games in a regular season. When the playoffs come, it's not sustainable. They'll lose. Paul George beat them by himself last year.
You're right. You're right. But again, that's why they brought in Danny Ainge to correct those mistakes and to bring in the right set of players and to set this culture and foundation right again. So, as I said, I gotta give Danny Ainge his flowers, man. That's just my main key with this franchise, bringing him in, because Dwayne Wade, even though he's a legend, I respect him. He's a good businessman. I don't think he's going to entice Donovan Mitchell to stay there his entire career. But bringing in Danny Ainge, and he's going to set up the team around him, and knowing Danny Ainge's track record, I wouldn't sleep on Utah too much, Freezy. That's just me. Okay. But with that being said, thank y'all guys for coming out. Thank y'all guys for tuning in to NBA 101. When you come in, hit that like button, share, subscribe. We want y'all to be a Blorange Tears member, because we love y'all to be a member. Just go to the community section, the Blorange channel, family channel, because it is a family channel. And just join. And there's different perks. You get special videos from Uncle Freezy when he's on his rant. You might get a video 4 o'clock in the morning. And you never know what he might have to say. You might win a trip.
Yeah. I'm working on some emojis too, man.
So, you never know with these special perks when you become a member. So join the Blorange Tears family. And we love y'all to be a member. So moving on into the show, we're going to talk about the big thing that's going around the whole sports industry, and that's this wicked thing that's called the 19th. That's all I'm gonna say. The 19th, and it's affecting a lot of games right now. Um, as you could see recently, Frank Vogel went into the protocol.
Right.
Um, he has it. Um, Chicago Bulls players, the majority of that team has it. Our beloved Knicks team, they have it. Um, and it is going on and on and on and on. So the big thing I hear around Freezy is that the NBA should go in a bubble. And the chat, I want you to put in your opinions also too.
Okay.
So should the NBA go back to a bubble with this whole 19 thing making havoc again? Freezy. Because that's the census around. People think it should go back into a bubble.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I thought the bubble idea was a good idea at first. But keeping people away from their families, man. Yeah, I don't know if I like that idea. You remember the bubble? These cats had to leave their families for weeks on end. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Because if you bring families into the bubble, now you're talking about super expensive, right? And then what qualifies as a family member, right? And then, and I know y'all are gonna be like, well, blood make family, but I mean, some of these dudes are single, have girlfriends they living with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't know. We just in a weird time, man.
Let me throw the question to you a different way. You're the commissioner, and there's a breakout, and it's getting worse. How would you go about the situation? You're Adam Silver.
I don't know. It's the same question, though, dog. Like, what do you do? Do you go into a bubble, right? Do you shut down the league? I'm still in the same situation, because if you go into the bubble.
No, well, hold on. I asked you that as Freezy, but this time I'm asking you as Adam Silver.
Right, but I'm saying this. Okay, so who's gonna pay for the bubble?
That's a good question.
Are you gonna ask your sponsors to pay for it? They ain't gonna want to pay for it. Are you gonna ask the league to pay for it? Are you gonna ask the players to pay for it? You know, because the players ain't gonna want to pay, because you have to put forth a safe working environment. And then if the league pay for it, they're gonna lose money hand over fist, right? And then where is the bubble gonna be? Last time he was on Orlando, it was whack. It was whack, bro. It was good for the Orlando economy, but where you gonna put the bubble at? Salt Lake City? I mean, you have to find a place big enough to accommodate 20,000 people, basically. Because you're going to have about 500 players and their families. Say 500 players bring 4 or 5 people apiece. Then you talk about the coaching staff and their family bringing 4 or 5 people apiece, right? Then you're talking about all the logistics of it, all the drivers, the chefs, the medical staffs, all of that. You're talking about 20,000 people living in a village just to play basketball, right? And people think 20,000 people is too many, but you got to think about all the people that are going to be, all the television personalities and their families, right? All the cameramen and crew, electricians, all and their families. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of stuff to handle.
So Kaiser say, I was reading his opinion. He said he think they should go back in the bubble.
But he didn't say who's gonna pay for it.
Kaiser say who should pay for it?
Right.
Give us that answer.
Right. And where is it gonna be? Because think about this, you also have to have an army of security staff, because remember, the world is still not safe. You put all these celebrities in one place, now you got to have an army to protect these people. We still don't live in a safe world, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're not just being kept safe from a disease, but for people that want to do harm to others. So now you got to, man, it's so much stuff that you have to take into account.
Well, Delano is saying no bubble, minimize sporting events attendance by 40% after shutting down the league for at least a couple of weeks. Do you think that will work?
It didn't work last time. Look at where we at right now. Think about last season. Last season wasn't in a bubble, right?
Right.
Last season was limited attendance.
Right.
And this season, look at what we are.
You know, I was listening to the news, I think yesterday morning, and they saying this thing might end until 2024, Freezy.
Yeah.
So what do we do as, I wouldn't say as sports fans, but what do Adam Silver do and all these other NHL, NFL, what do they do? What is the situation for us to move forward in playing these games, or just shut it down, period?
What do you want?
Me?
You want basketball, right?
Of course I want basketball, but guess what now? If the situation has to be shut down to protect the families and to protect the fans and other people around, shut it down. Basketball is not going nowhere. It's going to always be here. We just need the players to play, and without the players, there ain't no basketball. So I'm not going to risk, if I was a commissioner, I'm not going to risk people's life and families for money. I know it's a hard thing to, hold on. I know it's a hard thing to say because there's a lot of sponsors involved.
Yeah.
There's a lot of TV contracts involved, and I get it. But my family come first.
So you can't have it both ways, bro. You just told me you want it both ways. You just legit told me you want it both ways, bro. You can't have it both ways.
No, Freezer. I said that I will shut it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I will shut it down.
But you also said you wanted basketball.
Yes, I want basketball. But
wait. Okay. All right.
Hold on.
I'm
but
confused.
Yes, I want basketball. Yes.
But you said shut it down.
But shut it down. Shut it down. Because basketball is always going to be here, bro. It's not going nowhere. We need the players to play. And if they get sick, we can't see no basketball. So basically, shut it down. until this thing is over with, and then bring it back. I mean, the league is
down. Shut the league down until 2024.
Oh boy,
because you just said that this thing may be around till 2024.
Yeah, I did. But I mean, just like how they did the bubble, it may need to probably go into a situation like that. But as you said, who's going to pay for it? All right, so let me ask you this: who paid for the last bubble the last time, Freeze?
The NBA took a L on the bubble last time. The NBA took a serious L financially. Remember when? Okay, so here's the thing: the league was taking an L during, and it was in the bubble, right? Mm-hmm. And the horrific thing happened in Minnesota with George Floyd. The players didn't want. The players was like, "This is just too much. We don't want. You got social injustice going on, and you got this thing going on that we can't get rid of, right?" And so the players didn't want to play. The players boycotted. Remember, the players stopped and they didn't play a game. The owners scrambled. Remember, the owners got together the same day. The same day, bro. Think about all these billionaires with all these companies that they run, right? All of them got together on an emergency call and talked to the league about making sweeping changes around the league. They let the players wear messages on their uniforms after that, and did commercials after that, and promised millions of dollars for social injustice. Remember that? All in one day. All in one day, right? Because the owners they cannot have the league shut down and players not play. But we might be suggesting shut down for 2 years.
I don't think it's going. Nah, 2 years, nah. But John from Still Knicks fans had an opinion. He says Disney will always be willing to participate. A participant, sorry. The question would be, what does the league and the players associate willing to agree upon? Do you agree?
They can't. That's the thing I keep saying, man. The league took an L last time. They not recovered from that last L financially. Right? They not recovered. Just because we don't talk about it don't mean that debt they acquired went away. The league is still recovering from that L they took. And we saying we want them to take another L on top of the L that they took that they still paying for? I don't know, bro.
So Freezy, tell me what you want, because I give you what I want. What you want?
Hey, bro, I tell you what, man. I want these players and their families to be safe. It's a different world out here. It's a strange situation. We ain't never seen nothing like this before, right? We ain't never seen nothing like it, and right. And so, in order and instead of trying to find answers to a question that we don't know, I think we need to take a step back, quarantine ourselves, right? And then at least for like 2 weeks, and then get back together and come up with some answers, right?
So I see Delano said that we rushed it too much.
Yep.
We should have did 30% instead of 75%.
Yep.
So do you believe, as what you said, we should shut it down for 2 weeks?
You know why they rushed back? Right?
No, but come back to the drawing board and have 30% fans in the seats.
I say no fans.
No fans. Okay.
No fans. No fans at all. And charge, and then what you do is take all the free games off of TV and charge everybody a subscription to pay. That way you make up the money.
Wow.
No more free TNT, no more Chuck and them, all of that stuff. Everybody got to pay. And I ain't talking about huge amounts of money. I ain't talking about no $40 a month. I'm talking about like $5.99 a month, something like that. Some people would be like, that's still too high. I don't want to pay for the NBA. Okay. right? You wouldn't pay $5.99 to get all the games across the league.
Of course, of course,
That's what I'm saying. Something like
of
that.
course, of course. And then how many billions of people is in the world?
Right.
$5.99 one person. That's a lot of money still.
Now,
But
hey, and so to what kinds of say, and I agree with you. The networks pay for the games. The networks pay for the games, right? The networks pay for the games, but the network don't pay for the games out of their pocket. Advertisers pay the network, right? And guess who paid the advertisers? Fans pay the advertisers. This money goes in a circle. This is not, I'm saying, an endless pit of money. They just go to this endless pit of money. All the money that's generated come from somewhere, and it's out of the consumer's pocket. So you pay for it anyway. Like for instance, people are like, I ain't paying no subscription to watch the game on TNT. Well, you paying for cable? The people always pay. You got to figure out a smart way to get a good product on the floor, to give the fans what they want, to be able to sustain a good financial model, right? You got to be able to do all these things. You got to get some kind of economist in to figure out a way to get the league to continue, to pay for the bubble, right? To sustain these advertisers, for everybody to maintain their contractual commitments, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Through people paying, because if listen, if people stop paying, the league won't survive.
right, which is true. Which is true, but boy, it's rough, man. It's rough. I mean, shout out to the people that lost loved ones in this serious times. I know it's hard, going through situations like that. It's rough, man. We've been losing a lot of people the past 2 years. This thing has
Yes.
been here.
Yeah, we're going into the
So
third year.
yeah, man. So y'all guys be safe, man. Like how Jay Boogie say, man, that thing is out there.
Yeah.
Wash your hands, sanitize your hands. Everybody be safe.
Yeah.
I think I heard someone also too said, and for our love of the game, shout out to Worldwide Ed and Hardwell Hector over there. I think Haitian Kent mentioned that Philly is also going to be doing mandates over there with this vaccine thing. So for the people that live in Philly, um, y'all gonna have a mandate just like New York also too,
Yeah.
where you're gonna have to get vaccinated for restaurants, sporting arenas, and other things that go along with it. So this thing is getting serious and serious and serious and serious
Yeah.
as it is. And check this out. A player that was not playing Freezy goes into the protocol. Can you believe Kyrie Irving? And we're going to go into the rapid fire, to the quick fire. Imagine Kyrie Irving just came on the scene and he's entering to the protocols. What do you think about that?
Nothing. Man,
But it's unbelievable though. You was not playing. You should be keeping your butt quarantined, and as soon as you get back, you sitting down for protocol already.
who was this player?
Kyrie Irving.
And you thought there would be a different outcome?
Look, I wasn't expecting him to come back and be sitting down already, bro. And you've been fighting to play all this time. All this time you've been fighting to play.
He told you he wasn't getting vaccinated.
Right.
Would you expect?
but I expect you to be ready and not be around the situation for when we are ready for you, you're ready to play. But it doesn't make no sense. And then he's going to be playing part-time games. Do you think that will help the Nets anyway, Freezy? Kyrie Irving playing part-time games on the road.
Man, I don't know. You don't know what kind of shape he in, right? And I ain't talking about physical shape. I'm talking mentally. You don't know what kind of mental shape this dude is in. You got to be, in order to do that stuff at the highest level, you got to be focused, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kyrie Irving is Kyrie Irving, bro. That's just whatever. That's just what it is.
All right, all right, all right. Now, Freezy, did you watch the boxing match last night
No,
between Frank Gore and Darren Williams?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, bro, everybody had their money on Frank Gore. And guess who won?
Darren Williams.
Darren.
Yeah, I don't know why people had their money on Frank Gore.
Because he was a football player, and they think he's this big, rough, strong dude, and Darren Williams gave him the business.
Yeah, Frank Gore is 5'9", 200 pounds, and Darren Williams is 6'3", 215. And Darren Williams, by the way, has one of the most has the fastest rising fight clubs in the nation. Like, if you want to be down, if you're trying to get in the game for real, you got to get down with Darren Williams. You know, that's what he has been doing behind the scenes for years. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Darren Williams just got out of the bed and just showed up. You know what I'm saying? Darren Williams can fight, and they have a fight environment, right? Nutrition, training, all that stuff. I don't know why people thought Darren Williams was going to lose. I didn't see that at all.
Well, he won. Shout out to Darren Williams for beating Frank Gore. Now, do you think, Freezy, it's time to trade Anthony Davis from the Lakers? Because this guy is injured again, and he's going to be out for 4 weeks.
No.
Why?
I don't care nothing. But Lakers fans, man, listen. Lakers fans are so pampered, bro. Every time they get a chink in their armor, they start crying, woe is me. It's the Lakers, right? They got championships in every decade, man. I don't care nothing about the Lakers, man. Lakers fans, get over it, bro. Anthony Davis hurt. He'll come back. Y'all win another chip. Just be patient.
But do you think they should trade him?
What are you going to get? Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
That's the only no, listen, the only thing you would trade Anthony Davis for is Anthony Davis. There's no other Anthony Davis out there. Right? I would trade Russell Westbrook. I get his salary off the books and go get a guy that can shoot. The Lakers, man, listen, the Lakers are the Cinderella franchise, bro. The Lakers are the Cinderella franchise, and old heads like myself know it. The Lakers will move to Hollywood so that the NBA can have a presence on the West Coast, right? Everything goes the Lakers' way. The league makes sure it does everything. Did you know the Lakers, of all the owners in the league, the Lakers have the least wealthy owners in the league?
Jeannie Buss?
The least wealthy.
Jeannie Buss?
Yes.
California?
They don't get their money from California, bro.
The crypto arena?
Well, they'll make bread now off of that, but they have the least wealthy owners, bro. It's not like they think about if Dolan owned the Lakers. Think about if Dolan. Yo, did you know? Did you know?
That's hard to believe, bro. Jeannie Buss?
I'm gonna tell you this. Do you know who used to own the LA Forum where the Lakers used to play at? The LA Forum. Guess who owned the Forum where the Lakers used to play at?
No, I have no idea.
James Dolan.
Oh wow.
James Dolan used to own the Forum. He just sold it to Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers.
Oh wow.
Right? Come on, bro. I don't feel sorry for the Lakers. The Lakers are the charmed franchise, man. The NBA been giving the Lakers everything forever. Right? I don't care nothing about the Lakers, man. Like boo-hoo Lakers fans. I don't care about the Lakers, bro. The Lakers, bro. Man, listen, and listen. I understand what you're saying about Anthony Davis in the trade and such, because that was a good question, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is the Lakers have been charmed for years, man. Right? Ever since the league conspired to get Wilt Chamberlain away from Philadelphia to go to the Lakers, I don't feel sorry for them, bro. Right? The league conspired. Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, "I'm tired of playing in Milwaukee. I want to go home and play for my Knicks." Larry O'Brien went to him and said, "Hey, before you don't do that. Don't say that, man. You ever thought about the Lakers? You know you went to play for UCLA." He was like, "Yeah, that's my second choice." Larry O'Brien, and this is the rumor. Larry O'Brien said, "Hey, listen, how about we flip a coin? Whether it be, say the Knicks or the Lakers, we'll let you flip the coin too if you don't trust us or whatever."
Right.
And my man, nah, it ain't that serious, man. I trust y'all. Right? They flip a coin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar gets traded to the Lakers. And about 7 to 8 years later, we find out that Larry O'Brien had a double-sided coin.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was gonna be the Lakers, bro. It was the only reason why, and this is rumor too, and I don't have stuff to substantiate it, but this is what people have been telling me over the years. The only reason why the Knicks got Patrick Ewing is because the Knicks were so mad that they found out that they was gonna leak the story, and then they you know what I'm saying, in order to save the league from this conspiracy theory and all this stuff, they, you know what I'm saying, they did the frozen envelope thing to keep the Knicks quiet. So we could have had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, bro.
Wow.
So I don't feel sorry for the Lakers, but I don't feel sorry for them. The Lakers get whatever superstar you have. The Lakers get everybody superstar. Everybody, Dwight Howard, Karl Malone. Karl Malone finished his career as a Laker.
Right.
Shaquille O'Neal. How does the league allow 2 number 1 overall picks by Orlando centers to leave and go play for the Lakers? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel sorry for the Lakers, bro. I don't care. The Lakers, even recently, the Lakers got the number 2 pick in the draft 3 straight years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lonzo Ball is one of them.
D'Angelo Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Think about this, the year that we got RJ Barrett, the Lakers was in a lot of reasons. The Lakers almost got Zion. You remember the draft lottery? We was watching the draft lottery, and remember the Lakers was right there with us.
Yep.
Right? If the Lakers almost got Zion, think about that, bro.
That's crazy right there.
They traded for Anthony Davis, right? And then they still almost got Zion. And y'all want me to feel sorry for the Lakers? Man, I don't feel sorry for the Lakers, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Well, Adrian Wojnarowski, sorry.
Yeah, Woj, yeah.
Woj. Do you know that he reported that Steve Kerr is going to be the new USA national coach for the USA basketball team with Monty Williams, Eric Spoelstra, and Mark Few on the staff.
Okay.
Tell me what you think about Steve Kerr taking over for I believe it's Greg Popovich?
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about that. Tell me about Steve Kerr, your new coach.
To be honest with you, man, I think it's good overall for basketball that Steve Kerr gets that job. That way, he can teach a modern brand of basketball to all the up and coming Olympians, right? And Steve Kerr is a great communicator, a good ambassador of the game. Um, so in terms of that, I would say I think that's a good move. I think universally, the people will say that's a good move.
Okay, I'm happy for Steve Kerr too. He get a chance to show his skills.
Right,
Also, he has a good quality person on his team as Monty Williams. I like
right.
that pickup as an assistant coach. And Eric Spoelstra, what can you say about him too? Another Pat Riley
Yeah,
protege that's going to be on USA Basketball. So
yeah,
I'm looking for the United States to do another sweep again in the Olympics and all these other games that's coming up,
right, right,
right?
right.
Um, let's talk about your boy last night, Kemba. He
Randall?
dropped. No, no, no.
Okay.
Let's talk about Kemba. Um, he dropped 29 last night. Didn't play for the past 11 games. Do you think now this is just one of the rapid questions. I'm not going to the Knicks, just to let the my Knicks family know. Um, what do you think about his performance last night? And should he play? I
Hey,
know that's a very sensitive question.
hey. So I would say this just to troll the Knicks that are in the building, right? Just to troll the Knicks that are in the building. Go get Kemba Walker some help. Trade these young kids for Paul George and run out Kemba, Fournier, Paul George, Randall, and a center. And I think he might make a deep playoff run.
Boy, you just made
Tra-
White Falcon 44 happy right there when he said
trade
PG 13.
trade these young kids and get Kimba and Randall some help. Hey, so White Falcon, man, what White Falcon know about that? Trade White Falcon, if you listen, trade these young kids for Paul George and have Kimba, Fournier, Paul George, Randall, and a journeyman center.
Journeyman Center. Which Journeyman Center is that, Freeze?
Somebody, just anybody, somebody that can walk and chew bubblegum. Somebody that can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
So former lottery pick Shabazz Muhammad is joining the NBA Grand Rapids in the G League. Do you think that guy can make a comeback?
Um, I don't know. What kind of shape is he in?
Well, I have no idea. I have
Yeah,
no
I say it don't matter. He ain't gonna do nothing. Because if he was good, if he had looked good, teams would have signed him as a veteran free agent.
Right. Well, games postponed for Brooklyn, Cleveland, Orlando, and Philly. The next games for Cleveland, Orlando Magic, Philly, 7, as well as the next two games for the Brooklyn Nets has been postponed because of players and staff members entering the NBA health and safety protocol. The following games are impacted, which is today: Denver, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Atlanta, New Orleans, Philly. Tomorrow, Orlando, Toronto, and Tuesday, Washington, Brooklyn. So those are the games that are going to be postponed today because of that deadly thing.
Yeah,
And two more games for tomorrow and Tuesday. Uh, I don't want to jump back into that topic, but it's crazy. That thing out there is getting crazy.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. So, because I'm just going through, yo, it's Trey, it's Milton, it's Drummond, it's Jared Allen. Bro, it's so many players right now that's going into this protocol. It's do
I
you
would see
think
that. Let's see what.
do you think we may even have a Christmas game, bro?
I don't know. I would say let's see what local governments do, because as long as we able to walk around and maneuver as in society, you know, I think the NBA, I think what'll happen is local governments are gonna be what determines what the NBA does. Like as long as you can go buy gas without your mask on, then the NBA they're just gonna keep rocking and rolling.
Wow. Zion Williamson is out again
Yep, he got
from
that
the.
same injury as Mitch. Mitch got the same injury as Zion, bro.
Okay, but so what is the holdup with Zion? Why is he keep going back into this injury protocol? Is the medical staff over there doing a good job? What is it? Why is this young man keep on getting injured?
Nah, it's not that, bro. It's the weird break. It's the weird break in your foot. It's the bone in your foot. If it's an outside bone being supported by other bones, then you can heal it. But it's like when you break your hand. When you break your hand, like in the inside of your hand,
Uh-huh.
all the little bones they not supported by your outside bones. So if you like if I was to break my thumb right here, right,
Uh-huh.
they'll put a screw in it, screw it back together, and you know what I'm saying. But the inside bones, bro, like in your hand and your foot, they take a
Uh-huh.
long time to heal, man. And you got to stay off it
So why they keep rushing this boy back so soon?
because they want to be the Kansas City Pelicans, bro. They want to be the Seattle Pelicans, man.
You rather risk your franchise player by rushing him back just to be the Kansas City Pelicans? Really?
Who else they got? The Pelicans can't draw flies, bro.
Oh my
They can't get
God.
people in the stands. They can't get people in the stands. That's why the NBA. Listen, I don't want to get into the NBA conspiracy theory, but one could fathom a scenario where the NBA would rig the draft so us the small market team that can't draw people could have a big ticket item so they can come out and have somebody to watch.
Freezy, what's the name of the show?
NBA 101.
Okay then. So we gonna touch on everything.
All right.
We're gonna touch on everything. Right? So I mean, I just don't get it, man. That's when you see the same reasons why I'm gonna bring it back to Donovan Mitchell too. That's why you see they brought in these guys, Dwayne Wade and all them, because he was mad at the medical staff for not letting him play in that game. And you see, this is the same situation with Zion and this whole medical staff. They keep putting him out there,
Right.
and he's not ready.
Right. And so the same thing could be said about Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is not ready. He got the same break, right? Mitch out there playing on it, and people are like, well, Mitch shouldn't get the bag. Mitch Robinson is trash. But he playing with a foot that's not completely healed. Me and you was in Charlotte sitting next to each other. We saw him take his shoe off, remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We saw him take his shoe off and was trying to figure out what was going on with his foot. Clearly, the kid ain't ready.
But all right, with Mitch, right? Do you think because is a contract here that he wants to play, or he wants to play and wants to go out there showcase, or is it a thing where the training staff is telling him, "Look, Mitch, I need you to sit down and rest,"
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
not listening. He's like, "Yo, I gotta go get the bag."
No, you gotta get cleared by the medical staff. It don't matter. It don't matter how hard you want to play, bro. If the medical staff say you ain't playing, you ain't playing.
So okay, so if he's not ready, why did they clear him to play then?
Because it's the Knicks, bro. It's LOL Knicks, man.
That don't make no sense.
I know this. I know this, man. But you seen him. You saw him. You can look at him and tell he ain't ready.
Oh my goodness. It's like when I start talking about my Knicks, I get depressed, bro.
Right. Right.
It is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah,
But
man.
shout out to all the people that's in the NBA 101 chat. Thank y'all for coming through. Press that like button. Comment in the comment sections that you hear anything Freezy said that was just out of this world. Just comment about it in the comment section at the end of the show. We'll go back and take a look at it. If you have any ideas, you have a team that you want to talk about, you have a Pacific play you want to talk about, any type of trades, just put it down in the comment section. We'll go take a look at it, do some research, come back, talk about it. Remember, if you want to become a Blorange Tears family member, just go to the community section, press join, and become a member. Also, we also have other shows on this channel, like the Pod Couple. You have After Party. You have Knicks Freestyle. You have Uncle Freezy with the Knicks at Night podcast. So I'm telling you, the channel is blowing up. We like y'all to become a member, receive special perks, special videos, and that's all it is, man. We want you to become a Blorange Tears family member. We love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Freezy, so as we're about to wrap up the show, man, is there any last and final words you want to say about the Knicks, about Utah, about the protocols, anything before we go?
Stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands.
You heard it. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And with that being said, thank y'all guys for coming through. Love y'all. And we'll see y'all next week at 4 p.m. Love y'all. Peace.